When you think of Stoicism, who comes to mind? Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, but history is incomplete. What about the women? Porcia Catonis, daughter of the legendary Cato the Younger, didn't just study Stoicism, she lived it in ways most of us would never dare. How do you prove your resilience? By staying calm in an argument, by enduring discomfort. Portia stabbed herself. Yes, she inflicted a wound on her own thigh, just to prove she could handle pain and keep secrets. Would you be able to do that? And she's not alone. Throughout history, women embrace Stoicism in ways just as intense, just as disciplined, but far less remembered. Why? In this video, we uncover the forgotten Stoic women, Porcia, Fannia, and many more, who embodied resilience, honor, and philosophy, yet were written out of history. Stay with me until the end, because one of these stories might just change how you see Stoicism forever. Porcia Catonis wasn't just a senator's daughter. She was a Stoic to her core. Raised by Cato the Younger, the fierce enemy of Julius Caesar, she grew up in a household where honor and discipline were everything. So when she married Brutus, yes, the same Brutus from Et tu, Brute, and discovered his plot to assassinate Caesar, she wanted to prove herself worthy of his trust. Brutus doubted her. Could she keep such a dangerous secret? Instead of arguing, instead of begging for trust, she grabbed a knife and stabbed herself in the thigh. Not a word, not a cry. Only later, when she revealed the wound, healed but scarred, did she say, "If I can endure this pain in silence, do you think I cannot keep your secret?" Imagine that level of self-discipline. Now let's pause, be honest. How do you usually prove your strength? Through words, actions, or something deeper? Drop your thoughts in the comments. But Portia's story doesn't end there. After Brutus was defeated, she refused to live under tyranny. The most famous account claims she swallowed hot coals to end her life rather than surrender. Extreme? Maybe, but in her mind, it was the ultimate Stoic act, choosing death over dishonor. Do you think she was courageous or reckless? Tell me below. Portia's story is dramatic, but not all Stoic women proved their strength with knives and fire. Some, like Fannia, resisted power itself. Her father, Thrasea, was a Roman senator who defied Emperor Nero. He refused to flatter the tyrant, and for that he was sentenced to death. Did Fannia retreat? Did she keep her head down? She carried on his defiance. Years later, under Emperor Domitian's rule, she supported a man accused of treason. When she was called to testify, she didn't break. She spoke fearlessly, knowing it meant exile. The result? She was banished from Rome. But she never begged for mercy, never pleaded. She walked away with her dignity intact, just as her father would have. Now let me ask you this. If you lost everything, your home, your status, would you still hold on to your principles? Most of us like to believe we would, but history proves very few do. For every Portia and Fannia, there were countless other Stoic women we'll never know. Women who endured poverty with grace, wives who faced hardship without complaint, mothers who taught their children self-discipline in a world that saw them as weak. Where are their stories? Here's a chilling thought. How many brilliant female Stoic philosophers were ignored, simply because they weren't men? What if there was a female equivalent to Marcus Aurelius, but history erased her? Stoicism isn't about gender. It never was. It's about strength, resilience, and self-mastery. Porcia Catonis, Fannia, and countless unnamed women live by those principles, not for recognition, not for fame, but because they believed in something greater than themselves. And that's what I want to leave you with today. What's one Stoic principle you can apply to your life today? Discipline, patience, accepting what you can't control? Comment below and let's discuss.